Today I'm going to be reacting to this video. It's called the 10 best places to visit in Australia. I really like these lists to see what order they are, see if people agree with the order of what are the best places in Australia to visit. But I also just like to find out about different places and learn more about the cities and towns of Australia. This one obviously will be more like maybe tourist destinations, so interested to find out about this, and you can tell me if you agree with this list. Tell me if there's anywhere that's not on this list that you recommend also. Let's watch this and find out more. The 10 best places to visit in Australia. Even this place looks pretty cool.
Located between the Pacific and Indian Oceans, Australia is the world's largest island and its smallest continent. There's room to move in the land down under, and with so many sights to discover and enjoy, there's a great incentive to go on a walkabout adventure. Whether exploring the traditional lifestyle of the nation's Aboriginal people, relaxing on a sun-kissed beach, or reveling the night away in a city hotspot, Australia has something special to offer every visitor. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Australia.
I mean, look at that place to start, like a big beach. You don't really get that so often. It's so close to these big like rainforest type places. Where is this place? And the water looks beautiful too. Got the koala and the kangaroo already. Wow, that looks like a quaint little town as well. So many people got boats there too. This is really showing you Australia already. You got like every type of landscape in different places as well.
Number 10,
never get bored.
Cairns. For its tropical climate, easygoing ambiance, and close proximity to the Great Barrier Reef, Cairns is one of Australia's most popular vacation destinations. Located on the northwest corner of Australia, Cairns is a provincial but stylish city with a population of around 150,000 people. Few coastal destinations feature more wildlife diversity and more opportunities for travel and adventures than pretty Cairns.
Yeah, that looks really nice. Is that somewhere where a lot of Australians go for their holiday? I know Bali's popular, and that's in Indonesia obviously, but this looks like a great place to go for a holiday. I'd also be interested to know how it is to live there too.
Adelaide. A laid-back city with a peaceful atmosphere, Adelaide's quiet streets are lined with bars, which make it a surprisingly fun place to go out in. Nicknamed the City of Churches, the lofty spires dotted around here and there add to the picturesque nature of Adelaide, and there are lots of nice parks and green spaces for visitors to enjoy. Surrounded by verdant land, which is perfect for cultivating vineyards, make sure to try some of the refreshing wines before you head off on your travels.
A laid-back place with great wine. What more do you need? That sounds great. People have told me that Adelaide is quite a chill, quiet place compared to some of the other big cities in Australia. But I would not be against going there. Well, where is this? Some sort of mountain top or something? Is that a view over Adelaide? That's quite beautiful actually.
Number 8, Tasmania. The island state of Tasmania may be isolated from the rest of the country, but it still remains one of the best places to visit in Australia. Almost half of its area is protected as the government looks to preserve the natural riches. With desolate wilderness and alpine plateaus interspersed with stunning white beaches, waterfalls, and forests, exploring its terrain is simply mesmerizing. Taking a boat trip along its craggy coast is equally rewarding, and you can even see dolphins, penguins, and seals along the way.
Tasmania for me is one of the most underrated places. Seems like it's got its own unique culture and like a lot of natural beauty. It's talked about the animals there, very interesting. And then this is probably the weather that's most similar to Scotland from what I've heard. But look at this place as well. As much as they talk about the colder climate, it's still got some wonderful beaches and things.
Perth. Located on Australia's southwestern coastline, Perth is the country's 4th largest city and is capital of Western Australia. Isolated from other major cities in Australia, Perth has developed its own unique character. A youthful place, Perth is nearly always bathed in sunshine, and its stunning beaches are perfect for kicking back and relaxing on. Away from the beach, there are lots of outdoor activities for you to enjoy. With a huge variety of bars, cafes, and restaurants, isolated Perth is the perfect getaway to the rest of the West.
Yeah, I've always been like a fan of Melbourne, but Perth, as much as I make more videos, Perth is somewhere that's really giving me great interest, and it looks like a great place, apart from the isolation. But if you're from Perth, do you really feel that isolated, or is that hard to deal with? I mean, look at this. That's what I love about Australia, is that outdoor lifestyle as well. People just have that like great quality of life and so much to do. And that's what I mean, everywhere's so well kept and nice. Actually, it just looks so clean as well. Places like Singapore and Tokyo and Japan get a reputation for being super clean. I feel like Australia should have that reputation as well if it doesn't.
Brisbane. A popular tourist destination, Brisbane is a lively, dynamic place that is bathed in beautiful sunshine year-round. Located in the Sunshine State, many visitors stop by on their way to the fantastic resorts and beaches that lie to its north and south. Set alongside the Brisbane River, the city's fantastic climate means that outdoor activities are very popular here. A fun and friendly city, Brisbane's vibrant music scene has made it one of the music capitals of the world, and there are lots of venues in town where you can enjoy a great show.
Again, man, it feels, that's what I always say, like, every city in Australia has something that's good about, or has a lot that's good about it. If you compare it to like most cities worldwide, there's like the highest number of amazing cities in Australia. Like, they're all so good in their own unique way.
Number
Brisbane
5,
also that as
Kakadu
well.
National Park.
Kakadu.
Occupied by Aboriginal people for over 40,000 years, Kakadu National Park has over 5,000 ancient rock art sites, which are fascinating to visit. It is a place of immense cultural and natural significance. The park is huge and contains some stunning natural sites which make it well worth a visit. With diverse ecosystems contained within the park's boundaries, you can be hiking through deserted sandstone escarpments one minute and bathing in waterfalls and pools the next, before later on learning about some of the ancient rock paintings.
Yeah, this is the only one I've not heard of before, Kakadu National Park. But it looks utterly stunning, especially with those like rock paintings. That's something that's very unique, and I mean there can't be too many places in the world with that. Tell me if you're from Australia, have you been there? Have you actually been able to see those paintings? They preserve that history, the Aboriginal people's history, the First Nations people's history, and people can go and visit. That's just a fantastic thing. I feel like if I lived in Australia, I would definitely want to do that. But apart from these parts of history, it just looks like naturally another beautiful
Number
place.
4, Melbourne. Second only to Sydney, Melbourne is a cool cosmopolitan city that is considered by many to be Australia's capital of culture. With lots of great art galleries, some fantastic museums, and a lively music scene, there is always something to see or do in the country's second largest city. Due to its high quality of life, citizens from around the world have flocked to the streets. Its multicultural population is reflected in the delicious cuisine on offer and the unique neighborhoods that make it such a fascinating place to explore.
Yeah, that's the only place I visited, as I've mentioned before, for about 2 weeks. But the food was great. But as I mentioned there, I love going to the art galleries and museums and things, and just walking around there. You could walk there every day, all around, and just not get bored. There's so much to see. Yeah, I went there. Is that not like near there's the Anzac Memorial or something, I think? And that's that, yeah, for the Footy Stadium, man. Fantastic stadium. Is that where I think that's the grand final is held there? But look at the place, just so much greenery, so much, but meshed with those nice modern buildings. Stunning. I think it's still my favourite place. Still my most, where
Number
I'd
3,
want to go back.
Great Barrier Reef. The largest coral reef system on the face of the Earth, the Great Barrier Reef is simply colossal. Stretching for over 1,400 miles, it is remarkably visible from space, with 900 islands dotting this enormous ecosystem. Snorkeling and scuba diving are the best ways to experience the joys of the rich underwater world, while boat trips, kayaking, and even helicopter rides offer another view of the reef's gargantuan proportions. Gently sailing through the perfect turquoise waters, dolphins, sea turtles, and the reef itself visible below the waves is an unforgettable experience.
Yeah, I think that's like a lot of people's ambition is to visit there. That's somewhere I learned about when I was like very, very young, and it's like always been fascinating for me. I'd love to go there.
Uluru Kata National Park. World famous spectacular Uluru is instantly recognizable due to its ruddy red hue. The immense rock is one of Australia's most prominent landmarks, and the main reason the national park is such a popular destination. The equally mesmerizing rock formations of Kata Tjuta are fantastic to wander around, and there are lots of activities to enjoy. Owned by the Anangu Aboriginal people, the site is of great spiritual significance to them. You can learn more about their way of life at the Cultural Centre.
So yeah, with those two Aboriginal national parks and the Great Barrier Reef, tell me if you're from Australia, have you visited these places? Are they of interest to you? Is it somewhere like every Australian's been, or has like not many people go? Like it's like one of these the sort of things that you, when you live in a country, don't really appreciate, or you don't really make the effort to go to. Maybe as an outsider, I would just love to go to them because it's like something that no other country's got anything similar to.
Number 1. Sydney.
Sydney.
Almost picture perfect. Sydney is a fantastic city with a lot going for it. A modern city with a long history, Sydney is defined by its scenic harbour. The region's first inhabitants lived along the harbour's bank for thousands of years. Today, ferries take visitors for cruises under the famed Sydney Harbour Bridge and past the iconic Sydney Opera House. Beautiful Bondi Beach is a must-see also when visiting Sydney as well. Surrounding the city, there are a number of brilliant national parks for visitors and locals alike to enjoy, as well as some interesting and educational historical sites.
So yeah, Sydney pretty much got it all, got everything. Yeah, it looks great actually. Seems like one of these places there's just always something going on that's interesting or enjoyable to do. And yeah, some fantastic beaches as well. What city has the best beaches, or what place has the best beaches in Australia actually? Okay man, that was great, and that was good because like, as I mentioned, I really enjoy finding out about the different places around or within Australia. On this it seemed like more of it was slanted towards tourist destinations, which is also what I wanted to find out about, where you'd want to holiday and why, and get some great images of the different places as well. Definitely there, like all the cities look great, and especially it was great to find out more about those national parks and the Great Barrier Reef, which are again things that are very unique to Australia that people like me who live outside would definitely want to visit. Tell me what you think about all of them. Do you agree with that list? Is Sydney the best place to visit in Australia? Thanks.